this is right here. Okay. I'll just re-explain the same thing again. Direct material 3,45,000. I have divided this with 15,000 units which is produced, which is 23. Direct wages is 3,90,000 divided by 15,000 units, 26. Prime cost is 7,35,000 divided by 15,000. I will get 49 rupees. Production overhead is bifurcated into variable and fixed. Variable is 75%, fixed is 25. So it is 1,80,000 and 60,000. If I divide the production overhead by 15,000 units, I get 12 rupees and 4 rupees. Total up, it will give you the factory cost. Next is my administrative overhead, which I add up, which is 25% is my variable and 75% is fixed. So if I bifurcate the total 1,20,000 between variable and fixed, I get variable 30,000 and fixed 90,000. If I divide that particular expenses by 15,000 units, I get 2 rupees and 6. Add up, you get your cost of production, which is 73. At this point, you need to find out whether you have any finished goods, opening or closing stock. We don't have anything. We had started afresh. So there is no opening stock. There is nothing to add. But to deduct, yes, I have a closing stock of 5,000. I have sold only 10,000 units and I'm holding the stock of 5,000. So closing stock is 5,000. 5,000 is valued at the cost of production. If you see the cost of production per unit column, 1 unit is costing about 73 rupees. So if you multiply 5,000 into 73, I get 3,65,000. So 3,65,000. If I deduct, I get 7,30,000 as the cost of goods sold. This is not called as cost of sales. It is cost of goods sold. I add to this my selling and distribution overheads. Now selling and distribution overheads, you should be very careful. Now I have already reduced my 5,000 units. So I am now, all the expenses have to be bifurcated between only 10,000 units. So look at the expenses. It is 1,60,000. Variable and fixed both are 50-50%. So I am bifurcating variable and fixed as 50-50%. 80,000, 80,000. 80,000 divided by 10,000 is, will give me 8 rupees. So 8 rupees is the per unit selling and distribution expenses for variable as well as fixed. So add up, 89 rupees is the total cost of sales. And this is 8,90,000 is the for the total whatever I am producing for that 8,90,000. So this is for the previous year. Now I need to do the same calculation for the 16-17 also. Now we have some new things which is added up. Look at the information which is given. For the year 16-17, it is estimated that output will increase by 1/3. How much is the output? Output is 15,000. Output is 15,000. 1/3 of this, 1/3 of 15,000 is 5,000. 1/3 is 5,000. So now my output for 16-17 year is equal to 15,000 plus 5,000. So this is equal to 20,000. So you write down here in bracket 20,000 units is produced in 16-17. Next, sales quantity will increase by 50% by incurring additional advertising expenses, advertisement expenses of 1,45,200 units. So how much is the sales now? Sales will increase by 50%. How much was the sales previously? It was only 10,000. So 10,000, the new sales will be 50% increase. 50% increase. So 50% of this is 5,000. So this is total is 15,000. So new sales. Sales is for 16-17, sales is 15,000. Assume that the opening stock is first sold before using the current year's output. So this 5,000 units is first sold off. and the rest what was produced 20,000 ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 10,000 ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನು ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ 10,000 ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ material prices will increase by 5%. So let's start off with the one of the, I have written down the first point, whatever they have given. We'll use it as and when we require some of the inputs from the first point. Let's see the first point. I have already written the 20,000 units. Second point is material prices will increase by 5%. Second point, material price will increase by 5%. So how much is the material price? Material price is 23 rupees. 23 rupees will increase by 5%. So into 5%. How much is the 23 into 5%? 23 into 5% is 1.15. So the new price is equal to 23 plus 1.15, which is 24.15. So write down here 24.15. 24.15. So 24.15 multiplied by 20,000 units. So that gives me 20,000 units into 24.15. 4,83,000. So write down 4,83,000 is the material cost. Next one is wages. Look at the wage rate will increase by 5%, while overall direct labor efficiency will decrease by 4%. So third point, look at the calculation with the third point. Wage rate. Write down the wage rate first. How much is the wage rate? Look at the wage rate. It is 26 rupees. 26 rupees. First and foremost is that it will increase by 5%. So increase by 5%. So 5% of 26. So 26 into 5% is 1.3. Add up 27.3. This is the new wage rate, right? New wage rate. However, this is not the wage rate which you are going to pay. What they say is the direct labor efficiency will decrease by 4%. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 ಜನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಅದರದ್ದು ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಬರೀ 96 ಜನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೇಟ್ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೀವಲ್ಲ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಓನ್ಲಿ 96%. Now I need to pay 100%. So write down due to efficiency decrease. Efficiency decrease. How much is that efficiency decrease? Efficiency decrease is 4%. So now 27.3 is equivalent to 96%. I need to find out how much I need to pay for 100%. So 27.3 is equivalent to 96. I need to find out for 100. So it is 28.4375. This is the new wage rate for 16-17. So write down 23.4375. So I'll write down the entire 28. Just a minute. 28.4375. If I multiply 28.4375 multiplied by 20,000 units which I am manufacturing, my total wage cost is 5,68,750. So add this with the material cost, which will give me 1,60,000. sorry, 10,51,750. So this comes to 24.15 plus 28.4375, which will give me 52.5875. So I have come till here. Look at the next point. The variable overhead will be at the same unit rates as last year. So there is no change in the rest of the variable rates. Fixed production overheads will increase by 25%. So variable overheads is same. So I will write 12 only. 12 into 20,000. 12 to is a 24. So 2,40,000 is the expenses. What about the fixed? Fixed is increasing by 25%. 60,000 has increased to by 25%. So 60,000 into 25% will give me 15,000. Now this has become 75,000. So if it is 75,000, 75,000 divided by 20,000 per unit will be 3.75. 3.75. Now add up all the expenses. Sorry, all the amount which we have calculated. Add up all the amounts. It is 10,51,750 plus 2,40,000 plus 75,000. So that gives me 13,750. 66,750. Okay. Now 52.5875 plus 12 plus 3.75. That gives me 68.3375. So this is my factory cost. What about the administrative overheads? Look at the next information. Assume that the production and sales units are achieved as per the budgeted last year and will be achieved as per the estimate. They have not given any changes at all for the variable or the fixed one. So I will continue with this. 2 rupees will be, I am assuming that for the administrative overheads, it will be 2 rupees only, and fixed also will remain the same. So 2 rupees only I will write down. So 2 rupees only, 2 into 20,000 will be 40,000. This will remain 90,000 only. So add up 90,000 divided by 20,000, which will be 4.5. Add up to the per unit column 68.3375 plus 2 plus 4.5, which will give me 74.8375. How much is the total column? 13,66,750 plus 40,000 plus 90,000, which will give me 14,96,750. This is my cost of production of 20,000 units. How much it is? It is 14,96,750. Let's now look at the how much was the opening stock. I have an opening stock here, right? I have an opening stock of 10,000 units. Sorry, 5,000 units. I have to add the opening stock. Opening stock I will add up. Opening stock is 5,000 units. So I'm going to have the opening stock of 5,000 units. What is the value for it? Value will be what I had already manufactured at 73 rupees. So let's reduce the value of the closing stock here. So it is closing stock of the previous period will be opening stock here. So 3,60,000 I will add up here. So 73 rupees value it is actually. So I'm going to reduce it. Sorry, add it. So it is 18,61,750. It is 18,61,750 is the total amount. Now I will reduce my closing stock. How much is my closing stock? Closing stock is 10,000 units. 10,000 valued at 74,8375. So 10,000 you multiply with the value I have received. It is 74 rupees 8375. So it comes to 7,48,375. So this is my per unit column is 74 rupees 8375. So I will read amount is 7,48,375. Reduce it from 18,61,750, which will give me 11,13,375. Now comes my selling and distribution overheads. I have a new expenses of 1,45,200. Look at the first point. Output will increase by 1/3, which I have taken it, and also the sales will increase by 50%, which we looked into it, and with the additional expenses of 1,45,200. So look at the expenses. Variable is 80,000. Fixed is also 80,000. And there is a new expenses of 1,45,200. So first we'll finish off with the variable 8 rupees. 8 rupees into 20,000. So 8 rupees into 20,000. 8 twos are 16. So 1,60,000. This will be fixed same 80,000. 80,000 is fixed plus I will have, look at the fixed expenses. Write down here selling and distribution overhead fixed. Fixed I have 80,000 and I also have a new expenses of 1,45,200. So I'll add up both of them since it is fixed. 12 to 1, 2,25,200. So 2,25,200. Add up now all the amount. 11. This is 5, 7, 5, 8, 8, 9, 2, 1, 3, 4, 1. So 14,95,575 is the total amount with respect to cost of sales. So my cost of sales is 14,98,575. If I find out how much is the per unit column, here it is 11, 13, 375, 11, 13, 375 divided by, now I'm going to sell this with, this is my sales, right? Cost of goods sold. How much is my selling? New sales is 15,000. So this is 74.225 and I'm going to add up 8 rupees. And what about 225,200 divided by total sales 15,000. This comes to 15 point. I will take it as 15 only. Add up 74.225 plus 8 plus 15. So 37.225. This is the total amount of my cost of sales. Now how much am I selling at? They have already given 125 rupees is the selling price. 125 is the selling price. So I will write down here sales. Sales is 125. So how much is the sales amount? Sales units, it is 15,000 units. So 15,000 into 125 into 15,000. 125 into 15,000. This comes to 18,75,000. If you reduce this 18,75,000 minus 14,98,575. This will be my profit. lakh 76,425. This is the profit. Profit is equal to sales minus cost of goods sold. This is my profit. If profit is divided by number of units sold, I will get, sorry, this is wrong, I think, right? How much it is? 74.225, sorry, 1498, 575 divided by 15,099. Sorry, this is wrong, actually. How much it is? It is 99.905. So it is 3,76,425 divided by 15,000. If I say, it is 25,095. This is the profit I am getting per unit, and the total profit is 3,76,000. Look at the question what they had asked. They are required to prepare a statement showing the cost of sales. Cost of sales is here. Cost of sales for 16-17 is 14,98,575, and sales, how much is sales? 18,75,000, and the profit is 3,76,425 for 16-17. What is new in this particular problem? There is three things which you have to understand. In this particular problem, all the overheads are bifurcated between variable and fixed. Variable will not change per unit. You should write the same. However, fixed will keep changing, because depending upon the number of units you are producing, it will change. Per unit will change, but not the amount. Look at 90,000 is same, but 90,000 divided by 20,000 is reduced here. Whereas 2 rupees is same, variable portion. Look at the other portion, other things also. In this case, 8 rupees is variable, I have maintained it. However, my total fixed is increased because of the new expenses of 1,45,200. Otherwise, it would have been 80,000 only. Now, second thing is, there is an increase in the price, material price, 5%, which is shown here. 23 into 5% is 1 rupee 15 paise, which we have increased here. 24, 1.15. With respect to wage, ಎರಡಿದೆ. ಒಂದು increase in the price, wage rate. ಎರಡನೇದು efficiency ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. efficiency ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ದುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮೊದಲು 26 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಇವಾಗ 5% ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ 1 ರೂಪಿ 30 ಪೈಸೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? 100% ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲಸ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕೆಲಸ ಬರೀ 96% ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 4% ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ. 27 ರೂಪಿ 30 paise if I pay, 27.3 if I pay, my work done is 4% lesser. So I have said it is 96%, and for 100%, to get to 100% done, how much I have to pay extra? I have to pay now a new amount, not 27.3, I have to pay 28.4375. Let's say the efficiency is increased. Efficiency increase ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ 10 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲು 12 ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅವಾಗ 27.3 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 104 ಇಂಟು 100 ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಕಡಿಮೆ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ whenever you are actually talking about efficiency decrease or increase, make sure that whatever the new percentage is, you divide that with the new rate and get it to 100%, so that you can get the per unit correct rate. These are few things which is new in this particular problem. A very competitive problem from CMA question paper. I have just picked up this problem because some of the points are good to learn. Something like a opening closing stock of the previous period is my opening stock here, and we are left with 10,000 units of closing stock in this case, and some of the increase and decrease has also been covered up in this particular problem. So let's now look into the next problem. I hope you have the material with you. Now this particular material is very haphazard. I'm sure, like you may feel very awkward to open up and see, but I had very little time. So what I did was I downloaded all the question paper from the CMA website, and what I did was I captured that particular problem and I have pasted it on the Word file, and that's how I have made. So there was no other way I could actually type it down quickly. So that's the reason it is all jumbled up. It is not numbered properly. This is the first problem from the file which sir has sent it to you. That is the following information of Z Limited. Now let's see the next problem. Look at the next problem which reads as A. On the first page only it is. Your advertising firm has got an offer. Before I move to the next problem, hopefully this particular problem is clear to you. If any questions are there, yes. Yes. Are you able to hear me? Any questions, Shrikant? I'm not able to hear you. The voice is breaking basically. I'm not able to hear you at all. Hopefully. Can you do me a favor? Like,
hello.
If you have.
Now you are.
Yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, in the production overhead, there is an increase in 25% in the fixed overhead, ma'am.
25% fixed overhead. Huh? Yeah, that's what I have increased. No, 60,000 is increased to 75,000. Look at here. 60,000 ittala. 60,000 25% of 60,000 is 15,000. And increase ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ.
Ma'am, it's no, ma'am. What I thought is it's 60,000 for 15,000 units, no?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ fixed expenses, fixed overheads are never linked with the production. Never linked. They are normally period cost or like time cost. Those are, they have nothing to do with the production quantity. Amount increase agutte. There is no, it never link the fixed expenses with the production. Never.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
60,000 only will increase to 75,000 because 15,000 increase ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ 25% increase ಆಗಿದೆ. Don't link it with the 15,000 number of units which is produced. Fixed cost ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ fixed ಆಗೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. For some reason here the fixed cost of the factory is increased, production is increased. So they have given us never link it with the number of units produced. Here I have reduced, divided it with number of units produced so that I can get the per unit cost. Otherwise, there is no need actually to have this. You can leave this column somewhere like down when you are going. If it is, they have not asked per unit. This is an extra working which I have done it for you. Even if you leave it in between, it is not a issue, but it helps you to find out like how it is behaving, the rate is behaving with respect to increase or decrease in the overheads. So that is the reason I have just held that column for some more, like till the end to find out how much is the profit per unit also. Yes, any other question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's now move to the next problem which says you are advertising. I will read out the problem. If you are not able to find it, you can search it. I will take 2 to 3 minutes to read the problem for you. Okay, so the problem is advertising company. Your advertising firm has got an offer for an advertisement job. You are required to submit a quotation for the job for which relevant data are provided below. Look at the information they have given. Material requirements for the job is ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರೇ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ 12 reams at a price of 1,500 per ream. Ream ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ 500 ಕಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅದೇ. ಪೇಂಟು ಇಂಕು Paint, ink and other material, it is 12,000. Binding material and other consumables 8,000. Primary packing material 6,000. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Next, what else they have? They have services of the employee. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೇಬರ್ ಏನೇನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್, ಪೇಂಟರ್, ಕಾಪಿ ರೈಟರ್, ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಿಂಗ್. ಈ 4 ಜನದ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ನ they are going to use it for this particular job, this particular advertising job. How many hours are required? 80 hours with respect to artist. Painter 96 ತಾಸು, copy writer 60 hours, client servicing 120 hours. How they are paid also is being given. Monthly payment is made for all of them. Artist is paid 18,000 per month, painter 10,000, copywriter 12,000, client servicing person gets 8,000 per month. Further, you need to hire services of a photographer. ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರು ಬೇಕು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ನು ಹೈಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ? 7 days he has been hired. At what charge? 1,500 rupees per day. So 7 ದಿನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. 1,500 is the charges what the photographer is paid. Besides, overhead costs are to be considered as follows. ಇದು ಮೇಲಿರೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು 2 ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್, ರೀಮ್ ಪೇಪರು, ಪೇಂಟು, ಇಂಕು, ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗು, ಅದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೇಬರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರು, ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಿಂಗು, ಪೇಂಟರು, ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟು, ಕಾಪಿ ರೈಟರು, ಇವ್ರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲರದು ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಲೇಬರ್ನ ಕೊಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಅದರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ 40% of direct cost and selling and distribution overheads are 25% of the production cost. So ಎರಡು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹುಡುಕಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ 40% ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೈ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಓವರ್ಹೆಡ್ಸ್. ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಓವರ್ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದರದ್ದು 12.5% ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೈ 25% will be my production overheads. Production overheads is 40%. Selling and distribution overhead is 25% of the production cost. Either the 25% will be my selling and distribution overheads. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ you need to quote the price. ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೈಸಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, you need to quote a price wherein you will get a margin of 12.5%. Your firm works at 20 days a month and 8 hours a day. Andre 20 days they are working every day, every month, and 8 hours they work every day. So the salary what they are paid has to be divided by 20 into 8. So that you get for per hour. Per hour adanna multiply ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, number of hours they are giving the service to this particular advertising job. So before I'll clean up the board for you and then I will explain this particular problem. Probably the time is running out. I may have to ask you to rejoin again. So till such time I will just clean up my board. Okay, now one good thing in this particular problem is there is no big calculation. The calculation is only about the direct material and direct labor, how you will actually collate all the expenses. Let me not use the other part of it. I'll use this portion itself is enough for me to write it down. So let me start off cost sheet. So I'll have cost sheet with one column because I don't need a per unit column here. There is no cost sheet. This is cost sheet for that particular job only. So there is nothing I have to add it. First one is my direct material. Direct material ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಏನೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಪೇಪರ್ ಬೇಕು. ಪೇಪರು 12 reams. 12 reams at 1,500. So into 1,500. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. 12 into 15. 12 into 15 will be 15 tens of 150, 180 ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? 80,000. 18,000. 18,000 is the total paper expenses. Next is my paint, ink, ಮತ್ತೆ other printing material. Paint, ink, ಮತ್ತೆ other material. ಅದೆಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 12,000. Next one, binding material. Binding material and other consumables is 8,000. Next one is primary packing material. Primary packing material. How much is the primary packing material? It is 6,000. So ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 8, 10, 18, 24, 4, 2, 3, 4, 44,000 is the direct material. Next is my direct labor. How much is my direct labor? Direct labor ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ರದನ್ನು ನಾನೀಗ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಾಸು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಅವನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜಾಬಿಗೆ 80 hours. ಆದ್ರೆ ದಿನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ದಿನಾಲು 8 ತಾಸು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಪೇಡ್ 18,000. ಈ 18,000 ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪೇಯಿಂಗ್, 80 hours into 18,000. 18,000 is paid for how many hours? It is paid for 20 days with 8 hours. So 18,000ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 20 into 8 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ? Calculate and find out. It is 18,000 divided by 20 into 8 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 to 16, 160. So into multiplied by 80 hours. So it is 9,000. Correct? This is 9,000. Next one. Look at the next one. Next one is painter. How much is painter is getting paid? Painter is getting paid for 96 hours. So barkoli painter. Painter is for 96 hours. 96 hours. He is paid. How much is the amount he is paid? He is paid for. He is paid 10,000 for how many hours? 20 into 8 again. So ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. It is 10,000 divided by 160